So it's a Monday morning, and as I sit here getting ready to head to work, and I had a chance to get my kids off to school this morning. Um, I really wanted to share a message with some of my friends, family, even strangers. You can share this if you want to. Um, a lot of times when we go through hard things in life, maybe it's a loss of a job, a loss of a family member, a loss of a relationship. Um, there's this sense of regret and even this sense of anger that can happen inside us. We may not have answers to all of it, and the human mind is a funny thing. When we don't have the answers, or we don't have what we feel like is closure, we that silence, we feel that silence when we fill it with assumptions, right? Because we don't know. Or maybe we think we do, and we still create these other scenarios, and we assume, hey, if there's silence, then it can't be a good thing. If there's not closure, it can't be a good thing. If something bad happened to me, it can't be a good thing. And when that happens, we just automatically assume it's bad, it's negative. And then we create fear from that. We find ways to feel angry over that. And when we do, we begin to validate ourselves. We validate how we feel. We validate what we think. All of those things can kind of go through our mind, and it's a scary process, and it's probably not a healthy one. A big thing that we can do is we can continue our bad behavior when we find ways to validate our fear or our anger or our assumptions. And I want to get past that point in my life. I want to be able to take like a deeper and harder look at myself and say, what hand did I play in something that didn't go the way that I'd hoped or that I expected? But then also know that I was never really in control of that in the first place. I am in control of my own actions. I'm in control of my own thoughts. I am in control of making promises and sticking to them. But that's all I can control. As things happen, how I respond, how I let it affect me, those are the things in my very small window of control. And I just ask you to all take a look at yourselves as you're going through things and say, what hand did I play in things not turning out the way I wanted it to? And did I focus on controlling the things that I could actually control? And it's a funny thing. I have 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys, and I'm very blessed. And my youngest son kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I know as other parents, y'all can identify with that. And by the way, I'm from Nashville, so I say y'all, sorry. You all can identify that as parents. And, I had to sit my son aside and I had to say, Tobin, you can say that you're sorry. And I accept your apology. However, the words without the actions doesn't mean very much. Sorry is supposed to be this way of taking accountability for you having done something wrong, and it's a way for you to express remorse to the person that you did it wrong to. But it also, for it to really mean something, has to be followed up with action. It has to be followed up with an honest attempt to not do those things again. And I told Tobin, where I'm at in my life, I want to be at a point where I don't have to be the person that says, I'm sorry all the time. And what I mean by that is I want to be able to get above that as a person. I want to be able to get to a point where I don't have to say I'm sorry, because before I do something, I am truly taking into account that other person's thoughts and their feelings and their emotions and promises that I've made to them or to myself, and past sorries. If I've said that I'm sorry for something, doing it again makes the sorry mean less and less every single time. And I just want to challenge everyone to, try to own your thoughts, own your actions, own your reactions, and get to a point in your life where you don't have to be the person that says, I'm sorry, but you can just be the person that gets to show the people that you care about, friends, family, even colleagues, strangers, that you're a good person and you are through action. And if you've lost somebody, or you've lost a job, lost a friend, it is so easy for us to just blame them and be angry and do those assumptions that I talked about. But I would challenge you again to really think of what your hand in was that. What your hand in it was, sorry. And to honestly think, what could you have done differently? And to own it. And I think even beyond that, be thankful. We go through a lot of experiences in life that are hard, that are sad, that are depressing. I myself have gone through a breakup, and it's hard, sad, depressing. But I have to own my hand in what happened, and the same for my children when they do something wrong. And it's not to just throw that experience away. Everything in life that we go through is meant to teach us something. And I have to ask you if you're listening. If you're listening to see what that lesson is, and if you're going to be humble enough to accept the message. So I just challenge all of you to make less assumptions, blame less, and take ownership and accountability over the things you can control. Rise above a point of being a person that's always sorry, and get to a point where you love yourself, you're happy with yourself, and you take others into that same type of consideration before you say or do something. And to get quiet and to learn that lesson, whatever it is. God bless.